Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Agent Psycho, and this is going to be a review on the all-new NX Rare machine gun called the Minimi Para CAMO. And I really one quick note about these new machine guns that Nexon has come out with. For one, I really like the fact that Nexon, like I've mentioned before, is looking back to its old classic weapons for future ideas for new weapons, and because the Minimi is a classic machine gun for combat arms. It's been here since for as long as I can remember. Since I've never played the closed beta, I'm going to guess that it's been here since the closed beta, but definitely since the open beta it's been here. So the Minimi is a very classic machine gun. Pity, unfortunately, it's not really used very often because people think of it as a really shitty machine gun, but hopefully these new machine guns will change their minds on that. Also, second of all, what I really like what Nexon did was when they released the Minimi Para CAMO, they also released a follow-up machine gun to this that was NX Standard instead of NX Rare and only able to be obtained from a case called the Minimi Para. So it's an inferior version, but it still keeps the core essential scope that both the Para Camo and the Para have on them. So without further ado, let's get started on the review on the Minimi Para Camo. So this is the new NX Rare weapon that came along with the new MYST-Victor. So yes, you can expect to hopefully get this from whenever you buy MYST-Victor cases. And let's look down the statistics for the Minimi Para Camo. Damage on the Minimi Para Camo is 49, so this effectively competes with other NX Standard machine guns such as the M21E, the RPK-74, and the MG36, among others, including the Ultimax 100. So the damage is very, very good on the Minimi Para Camo, and just from its damage alone, it can easily compete with those other NX Standard machine guns that are pretty good in their own right as well. The portability on the Minimi Para Camo is a 37, a 1-point increase from the Minimi Para, the NX Standard variant of this family, and 2 points higher than the original Minimi machine gun. So the portability has been slightly increased, so you may find yourself to be moving a little bit faster, but keep in mind this is a machine gun, so you're still going to be running really, really slow with it. The rate of fire has not changed at 79, so this still remains a very fast firing machine gun, though I think the MG42 fires faster. So it's not the fastest firing, but definitely is a very fast firing machine gun. The accuracy on the Minimi Para Camo is a 61, which is a 1-point increase over the Minimi Para, which had a 60 accuracy, and I don't really know how much accuracy the original Minimi had. Maybe 59, maybe it stayed at 60. I don't know, but the Minimi Para Camo seems to have the most accuracy among the Minimi variants. The recoil is reduced by 1 point from 70 to 70 or 69, not 79, God forbid. So the recoil has been slightly decreased as well in order to make your shots with the Minimi Para Camo a little bit easier to place on your enemies. And other than that, the Minimi Para Camo is it's your basic belt-fed magazine, or belt-fed machine gun, not magazine, but machine gun, and yeah, this is basically a much more powerful version of the new NX Standard machine gun, the Minimi Para, and well, since Nexon likes to be so totally original with their names, they decided to make the Minimi Para Camo. Though I do give him props for making the Minimi Para Camo look pretty fucking sick. I'm not usually a big fan of like dull looking camos, but I think the camo pattern on the Minimi Para Camo looks pretty badass, especially when you're holding it in your first person view. So yeah. Obviously the biggest advantage that you will get out of the Minimi Para Camo is the fact that it has a scope on it. I've already emphasized this very heavily in my Minimi Para review, but the Minimi Para Camo comes with the scope, and as you guys already know, machine guns, you can't add scopes on them by default, so their middle range and long range capabilities are extremely limited. So having a scope on a machine gun, or in order to have a scope on a machine gun, the only way you can do that is if the machine gun actually comes with a scope pre-attached to it itself. So the Minimi Para Camo, just by having the scope, already has a huge advantage over other machine guns because you can actually aim down sights with the Minimi Para Camo along with the Minimi Para. Well, that's a given. But Yeah, that's the biggest, other than the huge increase in damage, that and the fact that it comes with an ACOG scope are the two biggest reasons why you should try getting the Minimi Para camo from a couple MYST-Victor cases, because this is a kick-ass sweet machine gun. Basically any machine gun with a scope is pretty fucking good. So yeah, well, with the exception of the Ultimax 100, which I think is probably one of the best, if not the best machine gun out there. It depends. But other than that, the Minimi Para camo is your basic machine gun. It's got a standard ammo capacity, and you still, in the end, you still need to treat it like a machine gun. I mean, yeah, sure, it's got a lot of stat boosts, and it's got a sweet ACOG scope that you can actually use the ADS with. But in the end, it's a machine gun, so you need to treat it accordingly. You can't just rush out there and spray people down as if you're using a submachine gun. No, that'll fail. So that's not how this thing works. You still need to keep your ground. You still need to play a little bit defensively, and you need to realize that you're at a disadvantage at very close range and at very long range as well. Because obviously, machine guns, even though their damage drop-off capabilities are very, very exceptional, at long range you're still not going to be able to do much. So just keep those things in mind, and you should be fine. The other things I want to note about the Minimi Para camo are the facts that compared to the Minimi Para camo, the reload speed and the draw speed have both been increased. So if you have bought the Minimi Para, then the handling characteristics of the Minimi Para have been tweaked over the original Minimi. However, the Minimi Para camo still retains the same handling characteristics that the Minimi Para contains, or that the Minimi Para holds. Or what I mean by that is that the reload animation, the draw animation, the sprint animation, they're all the same. So handle wise, the way that your gun behaves and appears on your HUD is going to remain the same. However, the draw animation, or the draw speed, that's more important. The draw speed and the reload speed have both been decreased. So you'll be able to pull out the Minimi Para camo faster, and you'll be able to reload it faster, which is always a very nice thing to do, or a very nice thing to have. Anyways, guys, that'll wrap up the review on the new Minimi Para camo. My final judgments on this gun: it's a very good machine gun, but it's definitely not the best. Even though it has a scope on it, it makes it very fun. It makes a very fun machine gun to use. But to be perfectly honest with you, its recoil is still a pretty big factor, and you might not want to rely on this too heavily as your go-to machine gun, even though it is pretty kick-ass. Like if you've got an MG36, M21E, RPK74, Ultimax 100, any machine gun that's a little bit more reliable than that you're used to, I suggest you guys just stick to those as your go-to machine guns, if you guys use machine guns at all at that. But a few tips that I do have to give you about the Minimi Para camo, and this also goes for Minimi Para as well, is that because of their ACOG scopes, you're easily able to tap fire at middle to short range. So yeah, that's a very good thing to have, especially with a machine gun. Because, for example, like an MG36, you can't really tap fire with that because of its G36 scope and recoil. However, the Minimi Para camo and the Minimi Para, it seems like you can actually tap fire decently well. It's nothing like an assault rifle tap firing, but it's definitely very doable as far as machine guns go. So anyways, that'll wrap up the review on the Minimi Para camo. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. びっくりしてってね。痛いの悲しい